Hi everyone, Matey here. A friend of mine, Shah, she asked me if I could do a little video showing how to do lens flares and bokeh and blending a moon into the background through the clouds. So I thought I'd do this little video. I'll probably split it up over two if it's going to go a bit long, so there might be a part two to this, or you might see it all, but I thought I'd just quickly rough together an image that we can apply these effects on. So I'll do that first, and then I'll get down to lens flares using color dodge and screen, the layer styles. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so let's start. Let's get rid of this text that I've got here. I'll just drag that off to the bin, and there's the lens flare. Don't need that at the moment, so I'll drag that off as well. This is the background that I created a few Second Life and made the sky in the background. I've done that previously, but use that, and then I'm going to use a dragon that I downloaded from DeviantArt. So where is it? There it is. I'm going to select this and bring it in. Control All to select, Control C to copy, Control W closes that, and if I go Control V, it'll just paste it straight into our document there. So let me compose the size of these things. Control T brings a transformation on the dragon. I'll drag him up a bit. And I'll adjust that background. I'll have him looking up at the moon. I'll put a moon there in the sky above him. Alright, so I want to blend him in to this background, obviously. You can't just have him floating over the grass. So if I highlight his layer, the dragon's layer, I'll name him Dragon 2. I'll put a layer mask on them by clicking this box here. Then find a brush. Now this is a standard brush that comes in Photoshop. Yours might look different to the way these brushes do, because I did an update on this and nothing looks the same. But the brushes are the same, I'm sure. This one there, June grass. This one here, grass. That's probably that one that I'm looking for, I think. So let me zoom in a bit. I can't quite see that brush. There we go. So what this brush does is it swaps between black and white. And it slowly, you can change the size of it if I make it bigger using the right black bracket key. And I'll run around those edges there. Now I've found that if I change this white to say something grey, I can get a better effect. So I still want black as my foreground colour. But I'll just go around and I'll Okay, there's the dragon. Alright, now one of the things Shah asked me, we'll get to the colour dodge and the lens flares soon, but she wanted a moon appearing from the clouds, so I'll do that now. Alright, so here's the moon I'm going to use. So again, go Control A to select everything, Control C to copy, Control W closes that window out because I won't need it anymore. Then if I go Control V, it'll paste that in over the top. Now to get this moon, I'm just going to get this elliptical marquee tool here. And I'm going to get this moon. So if you hold down your shift key, it keeps it perfectly round. And then with your space bar, you can move that around. Like that. Alright, so I'm going to cut out that black because we don't need it. So come up here to select inverse because we want to cut out the black, not the moon, and just hit the backspace key and that cuts it out. Alright, so I'm going to put a layer mask on this moon by clicking this button down here. It says add layer mask when you hover over it sometimes. I did a second ago. But that's the button. If we come over here to this tool here, it's called the gradient tool. We'll use that. And then up here you've got a linear gradient and a radial gradient. And we're going to use the radial gradient to do this one. So click on the radial gradient. I've got black as my foreground colour. I want to go from black to transparent, or black to white with using this, but I like going from black to transparent. I'm just going to make sure I'm on that layer mask and start about halfway and just drag, holding the shift key, get a straight line, just drag that down like that. Alright, so I'm going to keep doing that till I get a crescent that I'm happy with. So using black to transparent, you can just keep adding. Flare. This is one from PSD box. Control A, Control C, Control W, and then Control. Well, you don't need this with the black because it's already on a black background, but we'll go Control V to paste it in. Alright, so he's got his logo at the bottom there. We'll just paint over that with black. Like that. And we'll change this to one of these screen lighten. You can see with all of them, linear dot edge, lighter colour even. Let's go colour dodge. And I'll push that up there. Like that. Alright, so that's one way of doing a lens flare. Alright, so we'll go back to the other way. I was going to show you. Okay, so if we come up to the top of the screen here to filter, then to render, and in render there's lens flare, so there's some choices you can make here. Alright, so we've got a few to choose from. Just stock, and we can change the size of them, the brightness. Alright, so just click OK. Actually, you can move them around too if you want by just doing that. Click OK. We'll change this blend mode from normal to screen or color dodge, screen, lighten. Maybe lighten on this one. Let's have a look. Screen, color dodge. We'll go for screen. Alright, so there's a lens flare. That's one. Alright, we can use color dodge to do a few other things as well. We can actually make his mouth kind of glow, so there's a bit of a fire in his mouth, and we can do that by putting a layer above, changing that layer to color dodge, and we're going to want a red color or a fiery color. Okay, red. Now I'll just show you something. If you go bright, you'll get a very, very bright color. Like that. Alright. The darker we make that color, the less effect you will get. So I'll show you. We'll make this red a lot darker. And we'll paint inside his mouth. I'll start there, might do another layer. Color dodge again. Make this one a bit brighter. Alright, now let's find some fire to breathe out of his mouth. So I've got a couple of pictures of fire here, which I think came from DeviantArt. We'll try this one. Control A, Control C, Control W, Control V to paste it. Alright, so if we put this to screen or color dodge, you can choose which color you like better. Lighten, maybe. Let's try screen. I'm going to transform on that. Then resize it. Alright, if we need to see that more, we can just duplicate that layer by hitting Control J. Let me find something that's a bit darker, maybe something with a bit of smoke. Let's make this background a bit darker. I'll show you one little trick that I use. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole effect. I'm going to grab the lasso tool. Where is it? Here. And I'm going to draw a line across the sky and the last bit of the grasslands behind him. Make a selection. Now I'm going to right click inside that selection. I want to feather this. Now the amount you feather will depend on the size of your image. This one here is 4000 by 3000 pixels, and I'm going to feather it by 250. And what that does, it just stops any sharp lines when I make this adjustment, because this adjustment is destructive. Alright, so in case we don't like it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my background layer and copy it. So Control J, and now this effect will only be on that background layer. Actually, I'll start again. I'll delete that one and copy the whole background layer. Do my selection. Feather it by 250 pixels. If I come up to image here, and then in adjustments, there's another spot you can find all the adjustments you can see down here. Alright, but I want to do this directly on the layer, so that's why I'm coming up here. I'm going to use the brightness and contrast, and I'm going to drag the brightness down and darken up that background a bit. I'm just going to do a little bit to start off with. Click OK. Now I'm going to take another selection. This time I won't take as much. I'll just take that area up there. And right, so bokeh. I'll briefly show bokeh. I don't know if it's going to suit this image, but I'll quickly show you that because Shah did ask. Alright, so here's a file of some different bokehs that I've collected over a period of time. I don't know which one we're going to use. Let's try what might fit in. Let's try the sparkly one here. Alright, so Control A, Control C, Control W. I'll put this in over the top. I might want to move it to behind, but we put over the top to start off with. I might need to increase the size on this. Alright, so again, with the layer styles, put it to screen perhaps. I'll turn down the opacity. Before we do that, I might blur this a bit. So blur. Let's go for a box blur, so I don't see some of those. I'll put this in behind the dragon. Then I'll put a layer mask on that. I'll use a linear gradient this time. Holding the shift key and I'll just drag that up to there. And then turn down the opacity a bit. Alright, so I don't know whether that suits this picture or not, but there's how you can add bokeh to an image using the same sort of layer styles. As always, hope you've enjoyed. If there's something you'd like to see me do or show you how to do, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to get it done. And if you found it helpful, please like, share and subscribe. It encourages me to do more of these pictures, these videos. Thank you very much.